All right, what's up, guys? Let's see. How's music actually? You guys hear the music? The Streamlabs is being weird. It's showing no music at all. Let's see. There we go. Why is this so low? Uh, all right. Let's see if it's too loud. Someone, the music is too loud. Someone let me know. Some boring mid-afternoon farming. We might check out some KVKs. There's some people in our Kingdom Discord playing some game. If I finish this, I might try to join in on that. But I need to finish the homework first. Let's see, are they still there? Yeah. I'm not gonna even go get distracted. If I jump in there, I'm gonna get distracted. I won't finish this. Yeah, is there actually a good KVK to spectate? Like the only thing I saw was pass four. What like pass four, then zone five open for the 1093 960 KVK, but it's like the two camps at the bottom, right? Johan? Johan? What's up, man? How's it going? Can you let me know how the music is? Is it like good volume, too loud, not loud enough? Not your thoughts about the music, just the volume. You hear no music. Interesting. Uh, what about now? Okay. What about now? How's the music now? Now it's showing that it's playing. MLK, what's up? Beck, what's up? Okay, you guys hear the music? Okay. That's interesting. Something's going on with this where some people like it, some people don't, you know. Yeah. All right. Anyways, yeah, go ahead, man. What what question do you have, Johan? MLK? Thanks. Appreciate it. Ask away whatever question you have. Help me get through this farming, then I could actually go do something fun. I got suckered in. I bought a liquid death seltzer water. It's actually pretty good. I don't know if it's worth twice as much as all the other seltzer waters, but you know, the marketing is good for them, you know. We're almost get 41. Weren't we 39 a few months ago? Yeah. Are we almost 41? Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of my farms in right now in the main alliance to help with alliance mobilization. So honestly, a lot of my time has been spent doing alliance mobilization the last day. This one is probably the one I've only done 6 out of 10 here, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll say we progress at a decent rate here. There's definitely a lot of spenders in this kingdom. Let's see. Heading into KVK, you're going to do skip 5551 and Luce expertise. Is there a 5511 low investment I can make on cavalry paired with something like Ethel for the ruins before you get to the infantry wheel? You don't want to use Sun Tzu or Martel in those ruins. You don't have me now. You have 1400 gold heads. No YSG, no Alex. So are you a spender? Seem like you're a spender. At least sound like you're at least a mid spender. You're not a spender at all. So you're free to play? With 1400 gold heads saved up, heading into KVK 3, that's pretty damn good. Playing guy, bus driver. Socks made fun of my marches. I mean, okay. What do you say? What did my boys say? Socks say about my marches? Tell me. Who would win in a fist fight? Socks or 12-inch? Wow. Let's see. I have no idea how big Socks is or his physical capabilities. And I've seen 12-inch on stream. A fist fight. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to go with my boy Socks, right? In a fist fight, but I would actually want to see that. Hey, tell him to generate enough money for it, and then just go duke it out in a fist fight. Lots of people in the rock community want to see that. He said that my marches were 30-45 quality, and I do not want to be in 30-45. All right. And he says I have F2P stats. I mean, his stats are pretty good, right? It's like F2P stats like Socks. I'll take it. Huo 5511 and Ethel work. Would even consider doing Huo 5551. You have no YSG, no Alex, no Mina. Do you have Johan? Do you have Mehmed? You think Socks has big muscles? Oh no, Mehmet is 5111, and you have no Mina, but you want a cab march for ruins. What do you, Johan? What do you run right now? Like, what if you were? What were your mark? What were you running in KVK two? You were running Bjorn's Sun Tzu. Okay. I mean, technically, Socks is wrong because I run 7 March's nickname. So I guess I'm even more of a deadweight then, right? Let's see. Let's see. If you're running Bjorn Sun Tzu, okay, so you basically saved. So you did a really good job. You saved everything. Okay, so here's the dilemma, Johan. If you're looking to run just like a budget cab march, right? It would either be like 5511, Nevsky or Pool, and then you'll probably run like Ethel or something, right? But I can't, like in good conscience, tell you to go do that because it's just something where it's almost like you're setting yourself back just to have like a mediocre march to do ruins for KVK 3. But like KVK 3, more often than not, you barely get any fighting. It's like, it's not a fighting KVK. It's very common that people get very little to no fighting in KVK 3. Like even if I had to pick one, I would say 5511 Nevsky. Right, and then eventually you want to get Joan, and I still think Joan Nevsky is going to be the best cap march in the game, and it will be for a while because Belly just came out, right? But it's not like a strong. It's not like a strong. It's definitely the weakest top. You know, like it's the weakest pair, like top pairing out of the 3 infantry, 3 troop types right now. So I'll let you make that decision, but like. I do think even like a free to play, you should at least like shoot for one of each troop type at some point, right? He made fun of my siege march. It's all right. Lots of people make fun of my siege march. There's no fighting in KVK 3. Yeah. Yeah, I would say Joan is probably like, okay, so Cav is interesting because there's probably like 5 Cav commanders, right? Bull, William, Belisarius, Nevsky, and Joan. They're all like in the same tier or around the same range, right? You could order them, but it's not like a clear tier above. Whereas, you have like ZL Herman, that's clearly a tier above the rest, right? And Asher Benapal's probably the next tier by himself. Right, same thing with like Luchez, like clearly just by himself. Like Cavs, you could go a bunch of different ways. So you do want to eventually get to a cap march. So if we're gonna do it, if you had to pick one to run with Ethel, I would actually pick Nevsky. And if you have 1,400 gold heads, Nevsky, I think at least 5551. I've done 5511, it just wasn't good enough. 5551 it's solid enough, especially for KVK 3. But yeah, like I personally wouldn't invest in it just so I have a March for Ruins. You know, that just seems like a pretty steep cost just to be able to fight in Ruins. That's if you even get a Ruins fight. You know, like we didn't even have a Ruins fight. They just avoided us. Like the people we're supposed to fight. When is PTI coming into 2268? Before the next KVK. I thought the infantry wheel releases right around when Kinsland opens in KVK 3. Am I mistaken on that? Once stream opens, I go real slow, like getting distracted and stuff. Let me get back to this. Yeah, Archer's release last. When is the next inf expected to be released? If you base it off of a Hara, so Lilith seems to time it with the Chinese MGE cycle. So the next infantry Chinese MGE cycle that would make sense would be July 15th. And then if you use that date from when it was released in the last Chinese server, it'll be 84 days, which is kind of within the range of like that 65 to 90 days that Lilith has been releasing commanders. Because if you wait another MGE cycle after that, you'll go well over 100 days. So that probably isn't going to happen. And then if it comes out July 15th in the Chinese server, based on what's been going on in the past, you could expect like July 29th, 2 weeks later, here in like the international server. So my best guess, according to Ahara, which sounds logical to me, would be July 29th for the infantry commander, if I had to guess. So you see you're getting a lot of 35 whales. I mean, we do have some natural like recruiting advantages, right? Like with a lot of content creators being visible, things like that. It makes it pretty easy. You know, I was just talking to someone the other day. They had to go out of their way to like cold message people, post in a bunch of different Discords and Facebook groups and stuff, like, which sounds terrible, right? It's almost like if you think of like if you're doing real estate, you have to cold call people, and like, you know, back in the day they had to like knock on doors just to get potential clients. Like, you know, like I get it, right? Because if you don't have a consistent way to generate interest, you have to do stuff like that. Luckily, we don't have to do that here. So. Guys, if you say something and I don't respond, and you could just ask it again or comment again. Sometimes I just don't see it. Moo wipe, yeah. Well, Moo's already been our Discord this whole time that I've been in 68. You know, I don't know if I think he's bringing he already brought his main over. I don't know. Was he in 35 before? I don't even know. Is a Herman expertise worth for free to play, or is 5551 good enough? 5551 is pretty strong. I'm of the opinion for almost all these commanders, even if they're really good at 5551, like at some point, if you're going to use it, you might as well expertise it, right? But Herman's expertise is, I don't know, like It's one of those where it's kind of hard to tell when it's even proccing. And then if you look at the fourth skill, probably his weakest skill anyway. So 5551 is a good place to shoot for Herman starting out. Time to get killer. And how do you, Branson? How do you know all these people? Whoa, are you am I being tapped? I feel like you know like everyone I'm talking to, or anyone that reaches out to me about like possibly being interested. Actually, a little unsettling how much you know. Is 3035 disbanding? I'm actually not familiar with 3035. Besides, I know, obviously we have some people coming over from there, but I don't know what exactly is going on there. Alloys, what's up, man? 3:30 p.m. stream for me. I told you last time. Yeah, but I want to just tell you, hey, guess what? Guess who's like talking to me, right? Like a name doesn't come up without someone bringing it up, and I know I don't just start bringing up names on stream. Someone probably asked about it, but yeah, that's crazy. If their whales leave, they're gonna be dead for sure. I mean, it's not so much whether you have players leave, right? Obviously that makes a difference, but it's like, can you like reload? Like, if you follow 68 at all, we have whales leave every off season. Like big players leave, and then we get other players in. Like, I think part of the key too is like actually finding big whales that stay around for a while, and that does actually factor into migration, right? Like, does the person have a history of moving around? They do. Then you're expecting to get like a 1 KVK rental, 1 or 2 KVK rental, or for whatever reason they're moving around a lot. Like, I personally wouldn't prefer it. Just like if you look on a resume, right? Someone's changing jobs every 6 months. Even the reasoning or the excuse is very, very good. It's definitely like cause for concern, I would say. You told me to go poach from 3100. Ludo, what's up, man? XC, they lost their last 2 KVKs. You do realize 68 is on a 3 KVK losing streak, right? we lost more here than these other kingdoms. So I don't know. Something to watch at work, yeah. But just something in the background, right? I feel like when people are like chaining or even like tending to their farms, having a stream where someone else is doing something similar makes it easier. So yeah, I get it. Phil's here. Let me time this guy out real quick. Hold on. Let's put him in timeout for a minute. As long as you have Peacemaker, you'll be fine. That's true. Peacemaker is... There's a lot of people, big players that want to play with Peace. That help a lot. Honestly, having Plato here helps a lot too. I didn't realize how many Plato fans there are out there. It's kind of crazy. Am I going to register for the 8th of July pop? That's above my pay grade. Well, one, I don't know. But even if I did, I probably wouldn't be saying it on stream. But I don't know. Maybe. If it was up to me, the first pop we would go every time. I would go first pop every time. And then figure out, the rest later. But it's not up to me. Yeah, back here doing your farms. Yeah, Luda, the KVK, I think I'm going to stream some of that. I was talking to Jackie, kind of getting his perspective. I think you're in 33. mortal enemies at 21, seems like. So that should be fun. A lot of bad blood on there. Drama and shit. Phil. Is the timeout already over? Do you want another timeout, Phil? These guys still in Discord? Let's see. Oh, they're done. Oh no. Alright. I know. We've been playing Among Us. Among Us is really fun with friends. You know, we've been playing in the Kingdom Discord and voice. I don't know. I don't know if it's interesting to watch. I guess it can be interesting to watch. I might stream that sometime. Is there any interesting KVKs that are going on now? I don't think I've ever streamed and spectated a KVK before. Admittedly, I'm not really good at territory. Like, I only know the very basics, but I've never done it, right? And I've never really had to know it, so I don't think I could provide really good commentary, but I think it's so cool to watch KVK. A 5511 Alex for KVK 2. At 5511, I would say he's pretty average. But we'll see. Jackie doesn't have a chance, honestly. 2 M's and mortal enemy of 3321 is 3324. 24 is strong as well. 21's allies are trash. So you're saying, basically, Ludo, what you're telling me is you guys stacked it where it's just 21 with trash allies against at least 3 strong kingdoms? That's what it sounds like you're saying. Oh, good. 21 will come to 68 after the KVK 3. Oh, Branson? So they're spreading rumors there. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. There's no plans for that. Which new KVK 2 or 3 kingdom is the best with the highest potential for strong sock? It's really, really hard to tell. I think here, okay. Here's some of the factors I think you have to even have a chance to be successful. Right, and I always say, if you're talking about like a high performing A seed, or a high performing A seed, or imp, right? One, you need a group that wants to stay together, right? So there's like a solid base already there. The KVK 5 transition is brutal. Like when you get to KVK 5, when you get to KVK 5, right, you're outside your continent. It's just really, really rough. So a lot of kingdoms fall apart at KVK 5 and 6. So one, you have to survive that. Two, the problem is a lot of these early imps, to be that strong, they take on a lot of dead weight that might do okay, even perform well pre-sock, but once they get to KVK 4 or even like 5, they just become dead weight, right? And there's no way to really shed it. So then, like from a matchmaking standpoint, from even maybe pushing the imp line standpoint, they just don't have a reliable way to keep getting good players in. So like there's a couple of factors you have to overcome. I would say, on average, probably 1 out of 50 kingdoms actually transition to be like a solid, strong A seed or a higher kingdom in the late game. Well, even 1 out of 50, you know. And then all these like quote unquote newer kingdoms that are like really, really strong, they're essentially just like a kingdom that got taken over, right, by like in-game players. Like they thought it was like a clean kingdom, they moved there. It's not necessarily like a native one. 68 is actually interesting because 68 is actually native, right? Like it was something where it was like a project where they came over, I think like KVK2, and then most of the original core group is gone, right? But over the years, different people that became part of the core group still stayed on, right? So like there's people here in this kingdom that are active that were around like KVK2 or 3. This kind of kept growing the kingdom. So I would say it's very, very uncommon, you know. Luda, they're trash compared to you guys. I don't know, man. You're awfully cocky. I'm kind of rooting for Jackie's side. Alloys, I wouldn't recommend anyone to come to 68 right now. I mean that's misleading. I'll say it because it's not like secret. I think our plan is to eventually move to a new kingdom, right, with the same group, just a cleaner kingdom with less dead weights. So at some point we'll announce a new kingdom, and then all new migrants will move there instead of to 68. But it's not like don't come to 68. Like we're actively recruiting. You know, like over the last week or 10 days or so, I think I've accepted like 4 or 5 new migrants that are really, really promising. I'm excited to be part of the kingdom to grow with. So we're definitely still recruiting. It's not like I'm excited to see what happens. You know, we're doing really well in recruiting. So yeah. Luda, you're talking a lot of trash, you know. I think the way I have the stream saved, yeah, I would say like because I have the stream saved, people could actually look through the live comments. You know, I hope you don't eat your words. You're talking a lot of trash about 21 right now. It's really hard to migrate back to back. Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing with migrating out of a kingdom, if the plan is to like move to a new kingdom, you don't have to worry about conserving alliance credits, right? So you can actually sell a lot more passports and help that way. But I think it's like a 2 KVK project. So yeah, it'll don't worry. We have a plan. I don't want to spoil it, but we do have a plan to eventually lean out significantly. The SV name, I don't think it's going to change. $43, 24, and 33.5 for the star. Whoa. What if 21 wins, man? You guys are already talking like it's a done deal. Damn. You think 21 has no chance? 21 and allies have no chance as KVK. I'm going so slow on this farm. I started on farm 3. I'm on farm 4 right now. God. Let R95 join us. You know what? R95 could take control of the kingdom. When all said and done, that could be their kingdom. They can do whatever they want. You're just too strong for them, man. It's real cocky. That's all I gotta say. It's 1 imp versus 3 imp. Yeah, but there's like a huge difference in quality in imps. Just because like you're an imp, it just means there's what 50 kingdoms in your continent, and then they just base off of power, right? Like, but even then, there's a huge difference. Like, I don't know. Like, just looking at it, the last few times I streamed, 58 and 21 seem like they could be really competitive. It's pretty clear they're stronger than every other kingdom in their continent, though. I don't even think they're in the same continent, right? I think they're just like 33 kingdoms that are in two different continents. Like the early 3300s, like 21's like clearly to me the strongest ones, at least based off of the ones that I've looked at. So I don't know. We'll see. It is hard to overcome a huge numbers disadvantage, though. So I'll say that. There is no way 21 wins. Only if the other camp betrays each other. I should take a screenshot of all of this and send it to Jackie, man. 24 and 33 are both Rising Star KDs. No one can change my mind about that. Alloys? Are any of them actually strong, or do they just need to fight? Okay. They're not actually strong, right? Any 3,000 plus kingdom right now will get smoked by any strong kingdom. I mean, that's just the nature of how this like game is built, right? It's just how the nature's this game built. Like 2891 is probably one of the strongest like pre-SOC kingdoms like in recent history, right? And they were in that 8 KVK, and they were virtually non-existent in that 8 KVK against like 960. But they were super strong. Like they were, it wasn't even like they had rivals. They were so strong. They could probably like 1v4 anyone else in their continent. And once you got to play with the real big boys, you know, it got exposed. I think if you look at the 2429 KVK recently, 3159 was in there. They were 4-0, undefeated. Either Imp or flirting with Imp. Had a lot of strong accounts there, right? But it just like when you're that young, you just can't compete. You know, it's just kind of a function of how this game is. But they're really, really strong relative to everyone else they're fighting against, which is what's important, you know? I actually really like the early game system. I think Lilith does a pretty good job. The only thing I would change with the early game, maybe make it a little bit tougher of a penalty for people to migrate back. I personally don't like it when people go back and like bully young native accounts. And then also, I would make it where KVK 3 is more competitive. There's just too many KVK 3s that are not competitive, or just have no fighting at all, which kind of kills the vibe, right? Like make it where it's competitive, and I actually really enjoy the early game experience personally. Isaac, what's up, man? How's it going? 3035 and 3100 both got cooked. 2884, yeah. 2884 was 2884 stronger than 2891? I'm pretty sure 2891 was stronger. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't even tell you how many. Like, I honestly, there was so much hype around 2891 because they were in the continent right after us. And I was like, oh, maybe we should migrate to 2891. There was so much hype. They accumulated so many people that just want to be part of, you know, jump on the bandwagon of the strongest kingdom, or they're really just like star chasers, where like, you know, it once they encounter some adversity, right? KVK 5 for them, that kingdom died like during the KVK, like Bramson was saying. You know, I've seen that, and it's not just 2891. That's happened over and over and over again. Like if you guys have seen the Matrix, right? Like supposedly there's already been like 7 iterations in the Matrix. Well, every continent will have this like rising star kingdom that's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be the next big thing, and then they fall apart once they get to KVK 5 or 6. Like every continent has one of those or two, and then they fall apart over and over and over and over. So statistically, it's unlikely. All right, am I in 2 right now? Okay. This one I need to claim this. Isaac, you watch the vids all the time? Yeah, man. I feel like I've seen you. Oh, maybe you comment in the videos because I like your name looks very familiar. I guess you've never actually been in stream before. Coon, I'm describing your KVK 3. Yeah. Aloch, they should make the 20,000 gems a payment instead of deposit. I think people would be outraged by that. Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't like people going back to KVK 2 and just beating up on natives. Like, if you let them to go back to like KVK 3 where they have access to endgame commanders, it's still kind of annoying, but like, it's okay. But KVK 2, like, dude, like, allowing them to go back to KVK 2 is kind of crazy to me, you know? Because there's just nothing a native player could do, no matter how big of a spend they are. They need time. 2891 whales are either in 2429 or 1093 now. Everyone else was like Shinchi. Oh boy. Oh, alloys? You're dating yourself, man. Wait, about light versus dark? Was light versus dark ever good? That KVK mode just kills me. I wish they did a better job when they updated it, because there's too many KVK 3s with no fighting now. Yeah. Chase, thanks for the sub, man. 3035 had a lot of hype. A lot of people were calling them the next 1365. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's like the Matrix, the next iteration over and over. Next, you're gonna start hearing about like 3,400 kingdoms that are like the next 960 or have this many whales or whatever, and then people start piling on, jumping on that bandwagon. You know, you're pumped for this Guan relic. Yeah, I will have to see what it is to make him viable. I think you need at least 2 of these 3. Right, so you need skill damage increase, health, march speed, and you need at least 2 of the 3 for it to make him viable. Or else it's just almost like it's like a tease, right? Like he's still not good enough, but he's a little bit better than he is now, and it might sucker some people into using him. $29.34. That's true. $29.34, yeah. $29.73. Yeah, but like $29.73 though. From what I understand, with $29.73, Branson, it was like essentially a clean kingdom that got taken over, no? So it's like a clean kingdom, and then like a group went in and built it up. It's not like a native kingdom, from what I understand. So like, yes, it's a younger kingdom, but it's not like the leadership survived through like the early game and like stayed intact, from what I understand. Unless you tell me if I'm wrong. Alloys. Like back in my days, people weren't so soft as they are now. Dude, there's so many fucking soft shit now. The one that probably annoys me the most is a kingdom that just threatens to sit out of KVK. You know, if they don't get their way in matchmaking, they're just gonna sit out and like justify it. Like that's kind of like load management in the NBA. You know, and then like players are softer and like more injury prone than ever. You know, but I don't know. Like I said at the time of the video, I'll say it now. If 68 ever actually sits out of a KVK because they're unhappy with something, I would migrate out. You know, one, I would strongly suggest leadership to think otherwise. But if they're okay with doing that, like I don't want to be around that soft mentality, personally. Like, taking your ball and going home. Probably the worst one at that is 1175, like Mimi's Kingdom. They've already done it like twice, right? Yeah, like you could not pay me enough to be in 1175. And I think I'm sure they have good players, but I think they're OL team is probably soft. Like I wouldn't want to be their ally. I don't even want to be in a KVK with them because they might just sit out and then just ruin the KVK. Like it's terrible, terrible to just take your ball and go home. You know. The first saw KVK entire kingdom zero himself to try to win. Snorlax out, yeah? You're watching the video and then you jump in the live stream? Thank you for your support, man. Back, Sock. Yeah, like a below average Sock player is like a superstar in KVK2. Yeah, but that group was proven. Yeah, I mean, my boy Tech is there, right? Gorilla's there. On my way's there. Like even Dino. Dino is, I think, my first ever super chat on this channel is Dino, so I always remember that. There's a lot of people I know there actually. Honestly, if I was gonna migrate out of 68, 73 would be a kingdom I would consider. 2975. 2975 is kind of getting dragged by like Facebook groups and YouTube. Like I saw a mayor just drag 2975 in a video he was making. I don't actually know what happened. I don't actually know what happened, but you know that's what happens when you lose KVK. That's what happened to us. You know, when we lose KVK, people can say whatever the hell they want. Oh, you were ally with 1175 when they gave up against 960. Yeah, 1175, dude. What a soft ass kingdom. Like usually I'm kind of reserved, you know, I don't want to shit talk, but like I've seen enough like kingdom mails from like KVK to Diplo. Like, oh, as a result of this unfair matchmaking, we will not be participating. Like every KVK, you know, like every KVK, or it seems like 60 to 80% of the KVKs you're in. Like at some point there's a common denominator. If you always feel like there's like unfair matchmaking where it requires you to threaten to like sit out, like maybe you're the problem. I hope that like, you know, like that soft ass mentality doesn't catch on, because I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way, man. You have a whole kingdom of people that play this game looking forward to KVK, and you have leadership, however many people's in leadership, that just makes that call and decide it for the rest of the kingdom, and also the people that aren't in the kingdom that are part of that KVK, and you're just okay with like ruining it. Like, yeah. Snorlax, you are one of my first members. Really appreciate it. Actually, really appreciate all the members. Like Alloy is the member. Really appreciate it, Alloys. Stafer and Bite went to 73. Yeah, Stafer's there. Yeah, Bite's still gonna be around. Bite's actually still around in Discord. What do I do? Oh yeah, I need to speed this up. Jory, what's up, man? How's it going? Stafer and Bite probably left a few weeks ago. Bite's still gonna be around. He's gonna be Bite actually is playing on Slave Maker, which is crazy. It's a Peacemaker's alt from like a 3200 kingdom that has like 12 bill KP or something. It's disgusting. His alt. So Bite, that's gonna Bite's playing on there. Stafer, I'm not sure. RSS is the bottleneck. RSS is a bottleneck for me, more than speeds. I don't have a problem with speeds. Yeah, like it's you know I'm not using speeds at the rate which I'm using resources. When am I going to register for KVK? Well, I don't get to make that choice. If I did, I would do first pop every time, you know, but I don't get to make that choice. I hope as soon as possible. Let's see, what was I going to update? Oh, right here. All right, here we go. Last one. Am I done? Oh, I have one more. Serve some resources. $600 days of speeds, but no more SS. Yeah. Max skip. I don't know where max skipping. I know we're not going first pop. That is for sure. I'm not actually sure what their plan is, and even if they know what their plan is, it could change, right? But I will say, with the migration we have planned, we probably need to wait a little bit longer. Like we have some like pretty awesome migration, but that's gonna happen in July, right? So we started KVK too soon. Then we're missing out on like probably more than half of the migrants we have planned right now. So I think that's probably the biggest determining factor. Only way to stay ahead with RSS is to pay for it, yeah. Or you just have that many farms, you know, but you need a lot of farms. Or if you're like farmer or something and your farms are all good enough where you could do forts, like she's doing forts from all her farms and then generating a bunch of resources from that too, which is kind of crazy to me. Oh, farmer's here. There you go. Hey farmer, I literally was just talking about you, but I've been realizing you were here. Farmer, tell them about how you're doing force on your farms and generating resources, because everyone is saying resources is a bottleneck, but not for you. No more good kingdoms to face, only 606, 875, 429, 377. Yeah, that's the same few, right? Like, there's tier 1, there's 1093, there's tier 2, which is probably 2489, 960, 2377, maybe 2429, maybe 1846, maybe 1365. Oh, 1188 is probably in there in that second tier, right? And then you probably have like 10 to 15 kingdoms in the third tier, and then it, you know, I don't know how many is in the fourth tier, but yeah. Now, having said that, 1093, based on the matchmaking and the way the camp went, they're not looking so good, right? Because like combining two tier 2 kingdoms, the strongest tier 2 kingdoms against them, is kind of wild. And then also even their ally, I think the 1818, 1846 camp is probably stronger than the 1188 camp. Part of what makes 1188 so good to me is how lean they are and how efficient they are, but they don't have a lot of numbers, you know. And then on the other side, 1846 and 1818 have a lot more numbers, like quality numbers. So, yeah, I don't know. If I was a betting man, I would bet on the 960 time. Even though I think 1188 is amazing, I think 1093 is the best skin in the game. But that matchmaking and the Diplo is kind of crazy how they did it. You know, I could be wrong, but Isaac, you left for a format without Crystal Tech? KVK3, man. Just keep migrating back. Oh yeah, Farmer got 1.5 bill RSS from doing Marauders. See? $606 going to face 365, 1875 in KVK. Yeah. 3217 and 3202. Yeah, I don't even know those guys. Yeah, something that's super underrated. You have to have a way to reload. You know, I think it actually is in the older kingdom. So I'm actively promoting this, and obviously I'm doing it to at least have a mix of the migrants you take in be younger players, because they're less at risk to retire, to sell their account, right? And also, it's more likely you could find one that just wanted more fighting, that'll stay loyal and like be a part of your core group and grow with. I think that's very important. You don't want to do all your migrants like that, but you want a decent group of your migrants to be like young, promising players. That's like young blood that you could grow with. You know, I think that's very important for these older kingdoms, because if you don't do that, you just want to take the established older players. Every off season, there's a high risk of them migrating out or retiring or selling their account, right? And it's just, I don't know, that's really draining on a kingdom, in my opinion. $3217 is young M. Oh yeah, hey, X2XE. I'm telling you right now, 3217 is going to get stumped. They have Imperium power with like 500 or 600 bill KP. Like they're setting up to get match with a strong kingdom that's going to run through them. Like their power is way too high for where they're at. You know, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. That's like 2891. They're gonna get rocked. Binu retired. Binu sold his account. His account is still in 68, but it's a different name now. And looks like the new Binu owner is actually gonna stay, I think, unless I'm thinking of the wrong person. But I think that person actually has been pretty active, like in Discord and like in Alliance chat. It looks like he's gonna stay. So that's last I saw. Yeah, 3217. I remember looking them up. Like, that's a kingdom that should just be a mid-high A seed in power for where they're at, and they're like well into Imperium. Oh, really? Wait, then who's oh, never mind. Okay, I didn't want to say the name. Okay, I was thinking of someone else. Binu and his like 40 farms, or however many farms he has, it's pretty crazy. You fought 1875 this KVK, Lelouch, and it showed you the difference between A seed and real imps. And that's the thing, 1875 is not even what it was like 3 KVKs ago. You know, this is like a downsized 875. You know, I would say 875 is probably in that third tier now. Still super strong, right? Like one of the mid to lower imps that could drop down into a very strong high AC. Kind of where 68 is actually. Yeah. Your logo's longer. Dude, they removed the freaking being able to use the speeds and research as part of the quest. I think they found too many people were abusing that one and they just got rid of it, which kind of sucks. Because that's how I've been doing a lot of the quests before. And they just took that out completely this time. $23.38. I'm not familiar with $23.38. King Schmuck, what's up, man? How's it going? Taking a break from getting 2 bill KP in your KVK? You fought 29.75. And I'll say that Snorlax, I will say to that too, right? And then no matter how strong 29.75 was, right? It also shows you the power of having a numbers advantage. Like they 29.75 was so much stronger than any other kingdom in that KVK map, but numbers are numbers, man. It's really hard to overcome. Taking a long break. Did you end up hitting 2 bill? I didn't actually see. Oh, is KVK's long over? I'm not sure why. I see the headlines. I see the headlines, you know. I see King Schmuck in the content creator Discord. Only 1 bill? That's alright, man. You have another chance. A lot of it also depends on also depends on like how much fighting you get, right? Fluffy's alt kingdom. Yeah, I forgot what Fluffy has an alt. Inu, what's up, man? How's it going? $100 Sag? What's that? It's so crazy to me how like even these like Krakens have like alts. Like I was just talking about Slave Maker, Peacemaker's alt that he migrated in. So this is the alt that was in KVK 5, right? Like the 32 or one, like some number around there. With 12 bill KP, that was his alt. It had like it had everything. It had way more crap than me. It's wild. Um, 1307. You want to see my comment? Man, watch my video. Not this video I just released today, the one before that. I actually have all my commanders and my armaments on there, all on one page. So it's easy to see. You swear some of these alts are bot? Maybe, but I'm pretty sure Peacemaker's alt is not bot, because if you look at the here, let me see, let me pull this up. Should be around here, right? Slave Maker. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe it's bot. But still, it's ridiculous. This is an alt. This is his alt. Yeah. I mean, it's not a secret. There's a lot of buying and selling of accounts, right? Yeah, that's Peacemaker's ult. He's been going crazy. Like, for some reason over the last like 3 weeks, whatever, since KVK ended, the amount of gold chests Peacemakers drop in a day is out of control. Like, it's probably more than the rest of the kingdom combined. No, maybe not that crazy, but it's close. Like, he it almost seems like he's buying out the shop every day. It's out of control. What do I think about the new update week 1? Okay, so unless it gets at least 2 out of the 3, right? Health, march speed, and then skill damage increase, I don't think it's gonna make them usable. Like, I think it'll trick some people into wanting to use him still, but I don't think it'll be enough to actually bring him back into like real relevance, you know? Like, I think with the next infantry commander, he's gone. Am I excited about the recruitment plaza? Logos monger, not really. I mean, we don't actively like, have my like the 68 recruiting link in Discord. Oh, by the way, recruiting's open if anyone's interested. All right, let's do this migration. But I would say for us, like, there's enough consistent like interest, right? Like, where we don't actively go out and like reach out to people. Maybe some like bigger name players or something, but there's enough interest where we just kind of sort through the applications, do an interview, and try to just accept people that we think is a good fit. You know, I think a lot of it is a product of YouTube, and then also like Peacemakers here. Right, like I just said it earlier on stream, Plato has a lot of fans. I didn't realize how many fans he had until I started doing migration. So it's actually been pretty easy to recruit, you know, as far as like just being sort through interest. So like the migration plaza or whatever recruitment plaza, like I don't think we'll necessarily be able to benefit that much from it. The 960 Greenwood water. Yeah, let me finish this farm. I'll go check out that KVK. See what's going on there. Like, watching the KVK also makes me sad, because then it makes me wish I was in KVK. And I don't know when we're gonna actually have fighting again. You know, probably, hopefully within the next month, right? We'll check it out. What is Zaza for, anyways? Like, why'd you change your name? Because here in where I live, Zaza's is like Cuban chain. That's pretty good food, but it's like a Cuban food. So every time I see your name, I just think of Cuban food. Oh, Farmer wants to be in a KVK. All right, maybe we can influence leadership to do it as soon as possible. But the problem is Zaza equals weed. Oh my god. Okay, I can appreciate that. You know, the green goddess, if you will. I think I've heard it been referred to as that. CO2 skip. I don't know exactly how long we're skipping. I do know with the migration we're looking to have in July, that plays a big factor in our KVK schedule. But hopefully as soon as possible we can start KVK. Because even after you queue, you have to get a match, then you have to go through pre-KVK, then you finally start. Then once you're in Lost Kingdom, then you still have to wait until the first pass opens. And then depending on matchmaking, more often than not, when the first pass opens, there's no fighting. Like people are like, oh, I need to recover. Like, what do you think is happening? You know, you recover faster while you're, you know, getting Lost Kingdom barbs. Every time you're queuing for KVK, right, you get more iconic crystals, you get more rewards. Like I think, like, it actually benefits accounts to just be in KVK fast. And honestly, there's a long time to recover, even if you take first pop, before you actually get fighting again, you know? Like, if I queue right now, like, let's just say, you know, it's a Thursday, but if I queue right now for KVK, like, let's just say there's one of these windows open, realistically, before I could get fighting again, it's probably 3+ weeks, right? Until you actually get fighting, or longer if you don't get fighting in the first zone. Like, that's a long time to wait, for me personally. Will you be Imperium or drop an A-Seed? I mean, realistically, we're an A-Seed Kingdom, right? Like, by the standards for the most part up to this point. But because the Imperium line has dropped so low, we might actually touch Imp, right? We might get a little Imp Mushroom. But we're either a very strong A-Seed or a low Imp. That's where we are right now. But we max skip, we're not fighting for 2 months. God, Alloy's killing me, dude. You guys gonna receive some players from 30-35? Maybe. We could do a competition who could do the most bar forwards. Farmer, I think we should just play a lot more Among Us and other games. You know, do a... What are some other games that are really fun? Among Us is really fun. I would much rather do Among Us than a bar fort challenge. No, we cleared a hospital, Snorlax. Yeah, we queue now, right? I haven't even seen the pop yet. I think because of some event or something, usually you would have at least the first pop show up by now, but I think because Lilith has some event, it actually pushed back the first pop for us by like a week or two. So I haven't even seen the thing show up for our first pop yet. You know? Play Fall Guys with 254 again? Yeah, we'll play something. Among Us has been fun, dude. Max skip is an awful idea. Usually Alloys I would say yes, but I actually understand and agree with the reasoning for skipping a little longer for us personally. I think once everything kind of settles in, I think it'll make a lot more sense why we needed to not to do like more than one skip. I don't think I should be talking about it right now, if that makes sense. They won't play Fall Guys because you dominated too much? We need to find like a game that no one really has a lot of experience in, so no one has a monster advantage. We're not Imp. No, we don't have a full hospital. We're just not Imp. I think we're like, I don't know. Last I heard we're maybe like we were playing around with like about 600 mil to a bill. We're doing migration right now, you know. I think we have some fun migrants coming over the next few weeks. It's Bacon's fault. It is Bacon's fault. Yeah, popping your KD? What do you mean? Like, you could queue for KVK? I haven't seen that since we've been out. honestly, like at this point, I think we're what? We're almost a month out from our last fight in Kingsland. It feels like it's been forever, man. Tell you the fun ones when they arrive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once they arrive, you know, I have no problem telling you. Can't tell you now. Yeah. Like I have iconic crystals I need to get. You know, I need to. Yeah. We need to be in KVK, man. It takes so freaking long to scan a kingdom. Yeah. Yeah. How much does it cost? This is gonna cost like around $50 to scan a kingdom too. It's kind of crazy. MLK leak it all. No, no, no. There's no leaking. Everything is already public info. I assume it's public just because you know there's a lot like if it seems like whatever kind of goes on in the more public part of our Discord, it just gets out. Like it shows up in the Octagon, it shows up on Facebook and everything. So I'm not really saying anything that's not public in that way, but you know, we just kind of let it play out. You guys are in Tide. Tide's I heard Tide's pretty fun. I heard Tide was okay. But that like even if we go into even if we queue KVK now, it'll be like a month before you have fighting. Your farms will be recovered like a month from now, you know? Like I don't know why. Like it's like people react like, oh, like if we queue now, like I'm not ready now. Like, will you be ready in a month? Because if you wait a month until you feel like you're ready, then it's another month of waiting. Uh, when you feel like you're ready, so you might as well just give yourself like a timeline, like or like, hey, you know what? I'll probably be ready a month from now, so let's just queue now, right? Trust me, if it was up to me, if I was king, I would just be like, guys, we're doing first pop every time. Just get that in. That's gonna be the kingdom mentality, right? Like, do what you have to do to be ready, and then if you can't get yourself ready for first pop every time, kingdom's probably not for you. And then establish that culture, and you know, I think there'll be some resistance. Some people migrate out. Some people will get used to it. I do think in the long run, right? The more you can cycle through KVK like that, the faster the accounts in the kingdom will progress. You know, there's some benefits, and you keep people engaged. There's less like shenanigans and boring shit going on in the off season. I love it. I first pop, man. I will take first pop every time. Now, having said that, I do understand waiting a little bit longer for this specific off season for us with migration. Do I like it? No, but I understand it. And you know, if it was me, if I was a king right now, would I wait a little longer for this one? Probably yes. But then like it's like after this, first pop every time. First pop. Big Kane is a first pop enthusiast. I like it. Oh, you can't keep pace with the farm debts. Well, of course, right? Because you can make that argument with, oh, you know, people need to recover their speeds, their resources, and everything. You know, you don't have to take like a hell KVK every time, right? And then for someone like you have enough farms. It's just like rotate the depleted farms out and then use the fresh farms then, right? But like, I feel like if people are going under the expectation of first pop every time, they would also maybe like up their activity. I don't know. I just think waiting a long time, like people getting paid. I don't know. This whole idea that you need that long to recover. I don't like it. Like, I could go fight right now. Big Kane likes first pop, see? Like, I want some iconic crystals, you know? I want to get more, some more blueprints. It just feels better to be in Lost Kingdom. Like, hitting these, like, Home Kingdom barbs is like, I don't know. It's just unsatisfying. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. I guess we'll check out that KVK. I mean the 960 to 1093 KVK map and see how that fighting is going. Probably just make me jealous. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. First pop. I'm team first pop. Nickname? Socks probably want the first pop. Yeah, I mean, he already said it, right? He's a teacher, so if he didn't migrate out to get this fight, literally, he wouldn't have had a KVK over the summer where he doesn't have to go to work and can stay up and fight and all that. I get it, you know. So his plans to come back next KVK. So hopefully we see Sucks back. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Kane. Yeah, you guys should definitely be doing first pop every time. Like, if you have a Kingsland that lasts less than 24 hours, right? Like, I mean, talk about like fighting blue balls. You know? Like, you should have no reason why you need more time than the first pop to recover if your Kingsland was less than 24 hours. Ban Socks from the KD? No. Socks is gonna come back, our boy, after this KVK. I mean, if you really like, okay, me personally, I like really tough KVKs fighting like really strong opponents, you know. But like, if you really have a problem like recovering from that, then like alternate, you know, do a really hard KVK, then do one that's not as challenging, then do one really hard, do one that's not as challenging, but still like always be in like the process of getting into another KVK. Like, that's like another way to kind of throttle back this demand on resources, speeds, money, but still able to get all these KVK rewards. I probably should have done farms beforehand. I go so slow on string. Does anyone know any of these other kingdoms and the like the water camp and Greenwood? Like, are any of them maybe kind of underrated? Like, maybe they have good activity, but they're just getting overlooked. Because right now, the way people are talking about them, they're just like kind of like throwaways, you know. I saw someone, joke around saying it's just like a pillow fight down there, you know, kind of disrespectful. What is this? Who is this? Jesus, James. Oh my god. Someone created an account just to troll me? Farm and passport? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. This is just naturally accruing it, man. I'm ready to king skill with my farm, so I have to. Jesus Christ. Let's see. All right, let's send these out. 1316. I'm not familiar with 1316. Is it a? Is it interesting? Like a? Is it an interesting KVK? Probably the most interesting KVK I've ever seen was the one last KVK in Kingsland with 960 and 1093, especially the first day. Oh yeah, 1316. Yeah, they're strong. That was crazy. The first day of that Kingsland fight was wild. We'll probably see something like that again this KVK. Something more, actually. You know? Alright, last form. 1316. Anyone want to pull up that KVK and let me know if anything's happening there? That seems like it would be interesting if there's actually fighting. Look, I almost have 20k gems on farm number 8 too. I'm ready to migrate all my farms cross season. Bring it back to KVK 2. $13.16. Let me actually look them up. I know they have a good OL team, but let's look up their stats. Okay, wow, they're real lean. So 15 bill cap power, 946 bill KP. That's a lean kingdom. They probably have a lot of stars. Yeah, that's good. There's one murder ball. Like 1188 with less players, yeah. I kind of don't like how the the way the Imperium system and everything has forced kingdoms to go that way, right? Because they get massively rewarded for being really lean. They're not necessarily really strong, right? Like, like if you take like a traditional, like, say from like a year ago, like a 2 alliance kingdom, they would toss these really lean 1 alliance kingdoms around. But the way it is now, when you go that lean, you could actually get matched up. You could get camped with another really strong kingdom or a stronger kingdom, and then the camp is really strong, and it's gonna completely overwhelm like another like 2 alliance kingdom because they just won't be able to put out the quality. And that's kind of the way the matchmaking has gone to force it, you know. And a lot of these really lean kingdoms have a lot of stars because of that. You know, I don't know if I really like that model, just because they're not necessarily the strongest, but they've positioned themselves to really benefit from matchmaking. All right, Snorlax. See you later, man. Oh, damn, it's 5 a.m. Yeah, go to sleep, man. It's crazy. All right, last farm. They're gonna play. There's no way. Rock, paper, scissors for star? No. There's no way they'll do that. Something like that, right? It's just by contribution. It's not. It's really not that hard. I mean, like, is there a scenario where the 1093 camp doesn't get the star if they win, or the 960 2489 camp doesn't get the star if they win? Like, I don't see how that can happen. You know, I'll be shocked because there's like clearly like tiers in that camp, like between the camps. Like, there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 on both sides. Unless like 960 shits the bed or 1093 shits the bed in performance in a win, like I don't see that happening. All right, Alloys. Glad I could entertain you for 2 hours before you get out of work. Finish that. Send out the gatherers. Right, is that everything? Alright, let's go look at some KVKs. I guess we'll look at the 960 KVK. Apparently the 1361 just has one murder ball. At least the past 4 just opened today in the 961, right? There should be more excitement. Plato? You mean back on YouTube? Or just like back in the game? He's active in the game, you know, he's like doing forwards. I get attacked by him in Canyon. I asked him about YouTube like 2 or 3 days ago, and he said he's just been doing other stuff, and there's not really a lot of content to make. But honestly, I think this is just my opinion, right? He didn't tell me this. I think he took this KVK loss like harder than, like, a little hard, you know, like. I think he actually took this KVK loss kind of hard. So, and then with like this off season and stuff, I think he just kind of recovering. But is he still like logging in every day? Yeah, he's just not doing YouTube. Hopefully soon, you know. Maybe we'll get an announcement over the next like week or 2 about the new Inf Commander. Maybe you'll see a Plato comeback video or something. I don't know. Yeah, he's been. He was super active for what, like 3 or 4 months when he went full time, and literally just like disappeared the last 2 weeks. So hopefully he's back soon. All right. Let me see. Make sure I don't have anything open here. Ooh. I'll send out gatherers for this too then. Another schmuck video on content creators quitting. Oh god. I kind of feel bad for Shinchi, actually. I feel like he gets hated on a lot for some reason. Hello, sir. Are you recruiting? BK18. Or if he's watching a stream. So two, like a little over 2.5-year-old ID, 4 KP, got about 900 mil KP and 1 KVK, 2218. $22.18 is a mid A seed. So like, so for example, like this account, I would actually be really interested, right? Like it depends on how many marches, his equipment, what he's doing in Crystal Tech. Like there's a lot of like little things you could do to kind of get an idea how he is as a player. I would probably do an interview. Yeah, you know, but like really, it's like the initial, you know, like okay, like passes like the eye test, right? It's like a younger account, and then from there it's just, you know, do we think he's going to be a good fit? You know, like is he enjoyable to talk to on Discord? Will he follow instructions? Does he kind of get the big picture? If it's a kingdom mentality, things like that. Yeah. You think if 964 or 2049 win this KVK, they're gonna separate coalitions for stars? What do you mean separate coalitions? I thought if a camp wins, they get the star, right? So like, wouldn't 2489 and 960 both get the star since they're in the same camp? Unless I'm missing something. I don't know. It's been so long since my kingdom has gotten a star that I don't even know how that works anymore. Okay. By the way, Ilias, is that you that just asked about migration? Wait. Bandit? No, I don't know. Okay, let's take a look. All right. Ah, some fighting going on down here. All right, let's take a look. So this KVK, we're looking at Greenwood and Water, and they both have 5 kingdoms. Oh, this is making me so jealous. For we're watching a pillow fight. I'm okay. I've heard that a lot. Disrespectful, man. But for 1093 sake, I would hope Water wins, right? Because I do think they're probably at a disadvantage, pretty big disadvantage. So I hope the right side wins. Is there a way to like select who you're viewing it from? You apply to Discord? Let me see. Let's see. I should have the ability to approve you. I don't know. I don't. I'll let someone else do that. I actually don't know how to do it, but yeah. Let's see. Watching a pillow fight. Maybe these guys are good. Okay. There's a fighting over here. Why is this so laggy? Damn. 802. Alright. Oh, at least water seems like they have complete field control over here. Right. (802) BR58 87 GR. Yeah. 802 is water. BR58. Oh no, no, they don't. 87 GR is Greenwood. Oh no, water is burning. Let's take a look. Black Rose. Top right, I could choose the cam. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look from water. Okay, yeah, okay. They have field here. Ooh, Eleanor. Let's rallying into it. Let's see. That Eleanor is getting... Why is that Eleanor getting wrecked by a Guan? No. Okay, what is actually rallying this? Actually hard to see. Why is it so hard to see what's actually rallying? Let me go to Greenwood side. Oh, it's a Tarek, okay. Well, they canceled. I don't know, man. It's not looking good for water. Yeah, man. Haven't you seen the Big Kane video? You want to rally the Eleanor with Gorgo Luchet. These guys clearly don't study. Disable the king skill? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Maybe that's what's causing all the lag. Where do you disable it? Anyways, let's check out this Greenwood Kingdom. BR58. Rick Tamtam. 1558. Let's see, 1158. $14.6 bill cap power, 603 bill KP. That's like a solid mid A seed. Oh, they just routed him. What is 802? Let's see. This looks like a okay. It's a Japanese kingdom. 1802. Some music. Oh, 1558. What did I put? 1158? 1558? That would make more sense. 1558, 17.1 bill cat power, 341 bill KP. There's like a weaker mid-A then. Okay, that's definitely a lot less impressive. Let's look up 1802. 1802, 18.9 bill cat power, 480 bill KP. Pretty close, actually. These two would be pretty close. Interesting. If you gave me the choice between 1558 or 1802, I will probably take 1558. No, that's pretty close. Maybe 1802. I don't know. In the settings. All right. If I go to settings, okay. Let me just disable it. That thing is like. I don't know why that felt kind of laggy. Okay, go to settings. Pain skill. Where is it? The other? It should be graphics, right? I don't see it. It's fine. Right, let's go back. Customization? Alright, that's fine. Alright. What is this? What kingdom is this? 69 BN? Oh, this guy's pretty good. Mokong? Oh, Okong. Mokong. Okay. 2269. Let me look these guys up. They look stronger than the other two kingdoms so far. 2269, 15.5 bill cap power, 271 bill KP. Must fall off real hard then. Kishia Gaming? Alright, maybe they fall off pretty hard. There are R4 and our R5 is impressive. Let's see. Eek. Maybe not. $33.39. Are they here? Is $33.39 this KVK? Oops. Oh, they're not in here. What is the strongest kingdom in Water and Greenwood? 3076? I'm curious. Oh. Broken Sigma. 3339 is probably not better off than all of them. They're in KVK 3, probably not. 3076? That's the youngest kingdom out of these, right? Ooh. No, not really. Looks like all the fighting's here. We'll watch it from water camp standpoint. They're outnumbered. North. Oh, it's a siege tower. Oh no. How's that Margaret doing? Oh, it's running away. Guess it went back to the city. There's another siege tower. Dude, these guys are giving siege a bad name. How's the siege doing? Oh god. Are these all just farms running siege? It's hard to tell who has a numbers advantage. When like the dot mode is like one side is like this, where you kind of see through, and the other side isn't. Okay, it might be easier to see it this way. Okay, so water camp has the advantage. Yeah, they're definitely stronger in the field. Right. I hope water wins. Your average siege enjoyer? Dude, that's not true, man. Big Kane is just a hater. He's a known siege hater. Don't listen to anything he says. 2928 is probably the best. Let me look it up. $29.28, 16.3 bill cap power, 363 bill KP. You think so? 2928 is kind of just like this 1558. Profile is really similar. Really similar. $1802 is definitely dominating 1558 right now. Right. Is it just them? Where's all these other kingdoms? Ooh, what's going on here? The ZL Herman rallying a Gorgo? Oh my god, that ZL Herman is getting rocked. Dude, cancel that rally. No, oh my god. It's like 2k, 3k to 32k. Yeah, I would have canceled that shit after like the second white damage. Oh no, that was bad. This is 2928. Kingdom of Heaven. So that health bar, dude. That white damage was. I would have. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on here? Got like a naked picture or something. It's art. It's art. I don't know, man. This is the strongest one? I don't think so. $9.5 bill Lions. Maybe they have players elsewhere. I don't know. Any fighting down here? Dude. Oh no. Ethel fled. 94,000 units? no. Guy's right here. Are they gonna get him? There's like Nebus on the field. Gilgamesh? Whoa. Goes running Gilgamesh. Like an archer lover. Look, this guy. What's he doing? He's just sitting here. We're gonna follow this this Ethelflood. Let's see what this Ethelflood is doing. Running back. Oh, he's running. Oh no. He doesn't want to pass the 94,000 units killed in 1 KVK. So make sure. Oh no, 59 mil power. It's a T5 player. Dude. Alright. Oh, is there more fighting up here? Right, that's the bigger fight we were looking at earlier. Let's see what's happening here. Ooh. This is Artemisia. There's a lot of old archer commanders in this KVK. Smoke Hong. Hey, that's a guy that was like pretty good. Is this like an archer main? Look. Why is this guy running Artemisia? Kong, running Artemisia. What are these? Nebus. Guan. You're telling me these guys have to fight either 1093 or 960? I mean, they'll get smoked by themselves, right? But maybe not so much for this this KVK, because there's a lot more kingdoms. But in our KVK, there was a kingdom, I think like 3125 or something. By themselves, they were very, very weak. You know, they were like, I don't think they had one player in that kingdom that was even like that threatening. But they were just there the whole time. You know, they were built flags, like you had to burn through it. They would kind of like annoy you, and they actually made a huge difference. So I would say, like, for these kingdoms, like, they obviously won't be able to fight against 960, but if they show up and they get enough people to consistently show up, they could actually play a factor. But like this Ethelfled, oh, Lanivo, Ethelfled's running. Lambo runs Artemisia. Yeah, he probably dominates with it too. You know, I think I looked up Lambo's kingdom. The cap power of 1024 is 7 bill. It's crazy how low he's keeping that kingdom's power. Alright, I think the most exciting fight is still up here, right? Here we go. This is the biggest ball. Ooh, they didn't push back. I see up a call. Theostar. How long do they stay to fight if they won't trade positive? I mean, it depends, right? 3125 never traded positive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I farmed so many KP off of them. Like, but they were there all the time, right? And Even if they had like 40 people in the kingdom that showed up in Kingsland and was just kind of there doing their thing, like we weren't primarily focused on them, but they definitely did enough to make an impact in the KVK. With more numbers like this, so there's a lot more KDs in this KVK, it probably won't be able to make as big of a difference. But like for us, we were one of the lions, you know, and every time you add more numbers, even if they're a lot weaker, it still made a difference. It's just crazy though. Some of these commanders people are rolling out there. There's like a Saladin. 802 just looks. I mean, I don't know if this is like a uptime thing, but 802 definitely just looks stronger. What is this? Thanks. You sent the profile. Let's see. Yeah, I can't figure that out. I'm not gonna do it. You look at the 93 Altarks. I mean, yeah, right. Also, you just don't know. You know, like if they're using, for example, if they're running all T4, right? Like the amount of KP gain for a T5 to T4 is like 20 to 10. So technically, you could run all T4s, trade 1 to 2, and still be trading even if you're fighting against all T5s. And it's actually like more resource and speeds efficient. You just won't have as much staying power and a little less punch on the field. So. Red Storm. Nope. Saladin. Urfun. These guys. I wish I was. If I could migrate with no penalty, I would join 1802 right now. Get some fighting and migrate back. This would be pretty fun if I could just migrate internet out and fight. See, like for something like this, like putting a siege tower like right here, right? You're just like a siege tower right here would be really effective. So like they're on their territory. It's pretty much like a stalemate. There's some little movement forward and back. This would be a great time. Like this is not a good place to put a siege tower. You don't want to be off on the side. Right? You're off on the side here. Like these guys can all hit it. Like that guy's hitting it right now. You want to be a little further back here. Or if he is going to be on this side, I would actually put the siege like a little further back behind the city. You know, like positioning matters a lot. Yeah, that siege died. What is this? A siege army. Alright. So this guy is kind of messing up here, right? So there's 4 siege commanders right now, right? He has all 4 of them as a primary, which means the secondary is either going to be like someone like Margaret or like Sungdok, or he's trying to run like a legendary behind it. It doesn't work. Like if you don't have 2 siege commanders together, you're severely like weakening this march. He should just run 2 marches. He has like all 4 of these commanders, and he's trying to run 4 siege marches with it. Like that's not gonna work. Yeah, you can probably see this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And also, why is he camping this out over here? It's like, like what is? This is just asking to be wrecked. Like this guy or this guy could just come out and wreck this. This is gonna be really really squishy. And siege, if you do it right, is actually not squishy at all. Right, maybe these guys will chase over and wreck the siege tower. Let's see what happens. Go wreck that siege tower. No, don't run away. Oh my god. Ooh, this is like free KP over here. Oh, he's going. Joshua, come on, man. Joshua, come on. Go get him. Oh, no. Okay, he's going. He's gonna wreck these siege towers. Like, Ajamada is supposed to be really tanky, but you need 2 siege commanders for it to work. Oh yeah, this Margaret is gonna go down real quick. The siege tower. It's not even firing. The guy's not in war frenzy, so it's not auto targeting. It's literally just sitting there taking shots. The guy just set it up and left. Right? It's not even firing at him. So the auto target only works if you are in war frenzy, and then someone within the range. It could either be you or someone within the range is targeting them. So this guy just set it up and left. So his siege is getting wiped out. Scoob, you're debating on making an 8th set. If you already have 7 sets, you're probably in a place to make a siege set, honestly. Joshua got wiped out. That's okay. He wiped out 3. Let's take a look at him. Okay, so this is the Chinese kingdom. 2361. Huh? Let's take a look at them. 2361. $17.46 bill cap power, 377 bill KP. I will say this: almost every kingdom in Greenwood and Water have been pretty comparable. They did a good job of putting a lot of similar kingdoms in the camps. Semba. I don't know, man. These guys should not be carrying this much power, I don't think. Probably the best account seen so far. Mia. Boy soldier. Interesting. Try to burn a flag or something? They're not even connected. Oh, you're 222 with a 7th leadership set. So, Scoop, the way I'm probably going to go about it is my second archer set will be mostly leadership, and then I might just have like a Hydra's Blast, and then maybe like I already have a Dragon's Breath chest, right? So I'm kind of doing both. Like I don't ever plan on garrisoning or rallying, right? So if the leadership crits, I probably will actually talent it for well, depends which piece it is, but I think if I'm done and it goes the way I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna have like 7.5 sets of gear, right? Half archer, a little more than half leadership, which will actually comprise of my second archer set. And then I can also just use the whole leadership set for, say, like garrisoning, stuff like that, if I have to. And then I have a siege set. So that's the way I'm planning on going about it. But it'll be something that I slowly get over the next year. You know, right now I'm just trying to finish out my accessories, and that's probably where I would go next. 7.5 sets of equipment. Oh, here we go. Oh, these guys. 61 is about to get rocked. Is this 802 again? Yeah. 802 fighting up there too. Honestly, out of all these kingdoms I look so far, 802 seems to have the most numbers or the most active. You know? We're about to wreck this ball here. This flag's not going to get built. Oh. Yeah, if you want to run 7 marches and no siege, but I don't want to run 7 marches with no siege, you know. I want to run 222 and then siege is my 7th. And like it doesn't make much sense for me to try to run the 3rd of a troop type for the 7th march. Like I don't know, maybe down the road, but right now my plans are just 222 and then siege is my 7th march. So if I'm just doing fielding with no siege, I'll do 6 marches, and then I'll do siege as my 7th march. Yeah, 802. Oh man, okay. These guys just got routed. Bloodsport, what are you doing back there? It's so interesting too how like people just this guy literally got to 30 mil and just stopped. Yeah, no, I get it. Because like if you have the like the other way to go about it, and I think my very first mentoring video I talked about it. This is before the idea of siege came to be for me. I was actually going to do 222, right, and then my 7th set was going to be leadership, because then you could flex it to any troop type. So then if you do siege, that would be the 8th, right? So you have 222, 1 leadership, 1 siege, and then that way you pretty much cover everything, right? Because as time goes on, right, you're gonna have like at some point Nevsky, like Boudica now probably, even like Juan, right? Like they're gonna be part of the 3rd infantry march or 3rd cav or 3rd archer march and run out there. And if you already have a leadership set there, then you can just flex it to that. That could be for your 7th march. And also, like, if they ever make like a better version of Trajan or something, you want to run a leadership commander, you could do that. Um, I don't think the leadership equipment is good enough to run siege. Uh, just because like if you just look at the stats, I think the epic siege equipment is actually providing more stats for siege than the leadership. So I just don't think it's good enough, right? So if you want to run siege, you have to have a dedicated set for it. But if you want to flex your 7th March into leadership equipment, where you have the flexibility to essentially do any troop type, that's actually not a bad idea. You know, maybe one day. Like, if I already have a leadership set built out and then have like a Hydra's Blast and a Archer chest, right? Like it, at that point, is it that much more work to just fill out a couple more Archer pieces and I can run 7 marches without siege? Like it'll be pretty easy. Oh, running 2 siege. 2 siege will be hard, man. Like this whole last KVK, I ran field marches and siege simultaneously, and like it's fun to control the 1 siege march and the field marches separately, and then have them work together. But trying to control 2 siege marches and the field marches makes it like probably like two or 3 notches more challenging. AOT looks pretty good, man. Let's see. If they're Japanese, this should be their downtime too. This is a Japanese kingdom. Why are they so active right now? Yeah, just slowly work on Cordoba. Yeah. My plan right now, I could actually max Cordoba whenever. I'm just kind of, again, slowly accumulating, like, you know, the events and stuff. Like, Margaret's 5511. I'm not going to spend a gold hit on her. I'm hoping for the dailies, Margaret becomes available soon. And I'll max Margaret with the dailies, or get her close to max until the next engineering comes out. By then, I should actually be ahead on gold heads, where every commander that comes out, I can instant max. But, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like Siege, right? You're not going to kill it off as fast. What I would recommend for Siege 2 is you just run T4, because one, it's way cheaper. But if you just look at the stats for here, Aloes, let me pull up my equipment. If you just look at the stats for T4 compared to T5, it's maybe 10% less damage output, but probably like 35 to 40% less tanky. Right now, it's very noticeable for a field march like an archer, infantry, or cav. But for a siege march, you know, if you're getting swarmed down, you're just going down anyways. And then if you're not getting swarmed down, when you're only taking back counterattack damage, right? Like siege, the way it is right now, it's perfect for T4. I don't think you should run T5 siege, right? It's cheap, it's easy to put on the field. You won't have it's not draining that much resources or speeds from you, and also it's a whole different troop type that you're not going to run out of. Here is my engineering. Right. So with this, I decided for the legs and the boots to go with the legendary, and you can see that's just why I want to freaking get a KVK. I don't have enough iconic crystals, but there's march speed on the legs and the boots, and there's no march speed at the epic tier. These all have march speed: the weapon, the chest, the helm, and the gloves. And also, when you get the 2-piece here, you get the extra defense. 4-piece I think isn't as important, just because Cordoba is a smite damage commander, so you're literally only going to get skill damage from Margaret. So like, it's not as big of a deal if you get the 4-piece, in my opinion. If I was going to upgrade this next, I would actually probably upgrade the weapon, right? Because this is 17% attack, whereas if you pull up the siege weapon, right? You get 25%. This is equivalent to like a KVK weapon, right? So you're. This is just a lot of stats. Engineering equipment, just a lot, you know. Honestly, the way I'm thinking about it right now, once I get my accessories to a good place, so probably 6 sets of legendary accessories, I probably will actually make my engineering all legendary first before I work on anything else. That's probably what I would do, you know. But it can change when I get there. But yeah. Let's take a look at this. I gotta go in like about 15 minutes, so let's just watch this a little longer, see anything else is going on. The horror materials for a while, maybe make a tower march. It's fun, dude. It if you want to control both on the field, like a field march and a siege march, it makes it almost feel like you're playing a real-time strategy game. There's like a lot of micromanaging and optimization you could do that makes it way more fun. Like, I like it a lot. Right. I don't want to see that. 802 is wrecking Ringwood by themselves. They're fighting 58 here. They're fighting 61 here. Good for them. You're thinking about going for some gold blueprints? Hey, if anything, when you get the gold blueprints, you buy the Vanquisher, right? Might as well just collect them now. And then, you know, then you kind of have it ready. Yeah, Scoop. I would say for Siege, the Delane's Amulet is very, very good, right? Because when you take 5% less counterattack damage, if you're not getting swarmed down, you can think of it as just like you're taking 5% less damage, right? Which is very, very strong. It's like mid or like whatever for a normal field march, taking 5% less counterattack damage, but it actually becomes very, very strong for siege march. I don't think it's necessarily that big of a deal if you have like the ring or the plume on it. It definitely needs a horn though, because it generates rage extremely slow. But in the meantime, if you want like a flag, just get 5% more march speed and the Delane's Amulet. Those actually almost do a little bit more for the siege march than they would for a regular field march. Yamas. Hey, this guy's not bad. This guy's actually pretty good, man. Or llamas. Let's see. If this guy applied, I would seriously take a look at his account. Like, this guy, you know, depending on like how many marches and stuff, this guy like he's probably in KVK 6, right? Probably KVK 6, maybe KVK 5. Like, he has a chance to like blow up. Definitely the most impressive young account since I've been just randomly clicking since I started. And like, people will look at 2.1 bill KP, they won't take him seriously. But this guy would, you know, I would definitely be very interested in taking him in 68. That's kind of like the young account I was talking about. You know, you project like 1 or 2 KVK forward, you'll probably do really well. Oh, you have 14 legendary accessories already? Yeah, just run a ring on horn. No. I would take a a ring over the Delanes. I'm just saying, if you haven't crafted it yet, it's like the Delane is really good for it. But yeah, you already. Scoob, have you thought about coming to 2268? I feel like you would enjoy it in our kingdom here. see. "14 legendary accessories already. That's wild." What do I think of the new updates? Let's pull up the mail. Okay. This, whatever. The globalization thing. The only thing I would say with this like global civilization collab, you can make an argument that because they're literally going to be in Rome, I think, when well, they're going to be in Italy when the next infantry is supposed to come out. I know everyone wants Sun Tzu Prime, but it wouldn't surprise me if you end up seeing like a Greek or Roman commander as the new infantry commander. You know, Harold made that point. I think, you know, that logic is pretty sound. Essential Wonders is coming out, which is like the best armament event out there, right? A lot of people hate on it. I think it's actually really good. I probably wouldn't do it this time though, just because my armaments are in a pretty good place. Like the value I could get out of this will be a lot lower than if it was 3 months ago. Arc, whatever. Season of Conquest. I don't know if a lot of people are going to queue for this. I think this is going to intimidate a lot of people. It's a very siege heavy KVK, right? And there's even like longer range siege. There's siege that don't have to be set up and take more damage, right? Like there's a lot of siege haters. They just probably don't want to deal with this. This is actually very different from any other KVK. I'm interested to see how it goes. Like I wouldn't want to play it as like a pioneer, right? I kind of want to let other people bite the bullet and see how it goes. That's real interesting. This is cool. This is actually really similar to a fix for armaments that I released. My second ever video was talking about something like this, and then my video like 3 or 4 videos ago, I talked about my second ever video. So what it seems like here is that you have a preferred formation, and then you can actually kind of see some stats or an inscription, and then you can actually choose whether you want to buy the armament with the tickets after you see it, right? That general idea is kind of the idea I presented for armaments, where you can see the stats and that whether it has an inscription or not, and then you could actually choose which formation type you want, right? So if you could see like, okay, I just got a triple siege stat, right? And then I know there's an inscription on it, maybe I'll just choose the V formation for it. But instead of already choosing the formation first and then getting the stat, I think it's a lot better and a lot less frustrating for people if you do it this way. So this armament reveal thyself looks like it's doing something like that. Recruitment Plaza, I already said earlier, I think it's good for a lot of kingdoms, right? They use it. We don't really need it in 68, but I think it is an overall positive. Museum, I don't think there's anything that can do to Leonidas to make viable. His kit is just too far off, right? So you literally need to retool his kit. Like adding stats or adding more health or more skill or whatever is not going to make a difference. Guan, unless you have 2 of the 3, and it has to be a decent amount, the 2 of the 3 you need is more march speed, health, and then skill damage increase, right? You need 2 out of the 3, and it needs to be pretty significant for them to be viable again, or else it's just a trap for these 2. YSG is shockingly making a comeback. Like, he was dead for a few months, where I was recommending people don't invest in him. I ran Herman YSG this last KVK, and he did really well. EPS-wise, that March actually does better than even a ZL Herman, which is surprising, right? But you know, that's just how it tested out. And you give him another museum, like, I actually think, depending on the museum, if it's another 10% defense and like more skill damage, like he might be a must invest in early game. Like him and Alex actually both might be must invest if the new infantry commander is good and pairs well with CPO. On some bugs, whatever. Immigration. This is really interesting. At first, I thought they were going to make it where I thought they were going to make it where you just have to pay 20,000 gems to migrate back. But it looks like essentially you have to put down a deposit. So if you occupy a slot and then you don't take it, then you get penalized. You know, I don't know if there's some kind of abuse going on there for that to happen. The power limit for cross-season immigration, lower from 100 mil to 85 mil. I actually think they should lower it down to like 65 mil or something, 70 mil. Make it even more. Like, I don't think you should reward people for going back to KVK2 and bullying native accounts. All this other stuff is just like quality of life improvements. Scoo, BP has tried and you have considered? Well, maybe you should consider again, you know? We would love to have you. You know, it's an exciting time, you know, we're going through actually some like huge like projects, which is actually really exciting, you know? Excited to be part of. Alloys. You don't want to play that KVK first? Yeah, I don't. We better not queue for that KVK first. Those arrow towers were terrible. I actually don't like the arrow towers. I think I'm okay with the arrow towers in Kingsland, right? Because it's like almost like just enough. But arrow towers essentially like wrecking the ability to fort drop behind someone. It was kind of stupid. I don't like that. 20k gem is to migrate, is to combat the exploit people are using it against other early kingdoms and taking up a spot, probably. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. Everyone is going to have different results for each march depending on gear. ZL Herman was your best march by a significant margin. Also, playstyle will be a big factor. I won't argue against that. The any march with Lucia is just the best for me by far. I will say ZL Herman was probably my second best. Your allies getting cooked. Toby, Goose, you're 960, right? You guys already have such a big advantage in matchmaking and Diplo. I'm rooting for Water Camp. 802 is just wrecking people down here, man. 802 is bullying people. You're gonna stay in your kingdom for another KVK. After that, you'll reconsider. Well, Scoop, you're in luck. Because after your next KVK, that will be the perfect time to look into migration. Because we'll have a lot more news come out, you know? Not only like migrants we get, but plans for like future. That'll be really exciting. So we will revisit in another KVK, Scoop. Smoke, what's up, man? We're not registered yet. We probably won't register until mid-July, you know, I don't know. All right. Yeah, you're gonna shoot me some pics on Discord. Whoa! Feet pics? What kind of pics are you gonna send me? I don't know if I want to see them. All right. But anyways, I think I have to actually go meet someone in a little bit. So thank you guys for joining on this early stream. Let's see. Anyone else streaming? There's usually someone else streaming at this time, right? Who would be good to raid? Okay, Oppo is streaming. Is this just Oppo? Wow, it's just Oppo, huh? Interesting. Goose, if it's not feet pics, I don't want it. Oh, Lambo. Okay, Lambo's not live yet, though. Let's see. All right. 802, let's go, Water Camp. Make this KVK exciting. What am I doing here? Boom boom Apple raid. There you go. Boom boom, man. Alright guys, anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna raid Apple. and